It's no secret that some churches in Canada, including right here in Ontario, are facing tough times keeping their doors open. As congregations shrink and the cost of repairs mount, many churches are looking to downsize and sometimes sell their buildings outright. In cities like Toronto, it's common to see churches converted into condos and lofts. But what happens in other areas to these buildings when housing isn't an option? Large cathedral ceilings, stained glass panes, wooden pews. Historic stone churches are scattered across large cities, towns, and communities, but many in this province either sit empty or serve another purpose than worship. Of an estimated 12,000 properties in Ontario that were historically used for religious purposes, about half remain. Dwindling congregations, rising costs, accessibility, and changing attitudes are among a number of factors forcing churches in this province and in Canada to close down. In high-density cities like Toronto, these defunct churches are being converted into high-end condos. But what happens to these pieces of history in smaller communities where high-end condos are not a priority nor feasible? We travel to 3 places in Ontario that are taking a different approach to church conversions. Our first stop takes us to Virgil, Ontario. Built in 1894, this Anglican church has changed ownership a number of times. Once a church, an antique store, and even a private residence, and now it's serving beer. That's right, drinking a pint and sitting in a church is not a sin at Silversmith Brewing Company. In fact, it's highly encouraged.
From the destination point of view is the church. People want to come in and sit in the church, and we don't really get that opportunity to sit down and drink in a church. We utilize the church to have the old feel of the beer hall, where people can come in, congregate, drink, and eat.
Since 2011, the craft brewery has been serving up a wide selection of beer, including their popular black lager. Exposed beams, brick walls, reclaimed wood, and stained glass windows give this heritage-designated site added character, and much of the original church is still intact with some local touches.
The floors are still the same. They did find a barn just around the corner that was being torn down. So the bar is actually part of the old barn.
While the Niagara region is commonly known as wine country, it's also home to more than a dozen craft breweries. Silversmith Brewery claims to be Ontario's original destination brewery and the only church in the area that lets you drink on a Sunday. For another example of adaptive reuse, we head to Kingston, Ontario. The city of roughly 117,000 people is Ontario's oldest settlement, and with that comes a lot of history. A prime example of that is the old Queen Street United Church. Built in 1864, the limestone building had become a money pit for the church's congregation.
Part of the ceiling fell down, so they actually couldn't have any activities up here. They had to do it in the lower level, and they spent a lot of money on the tower. They did a beautiful job fixing that up, but then they got the bill to do the rest of the work, and it's no secret a lot of congregations are dwindling. It just didn't make sense financially. So
that's where Ben Pilon and his firm BPE Development stepped in. After purchasing the property, his team looked at ways at transforming the heritage structure. And after a year and a half of construction, the sanctuary was built.
Got all new electrical in it, all new plumbing, all new heating, all new floors, all new ceiling, light fixtures, kitchens. The whole thing was basically taken right back to the bones and then rebuilt.
Startup businesses can rent desks, private offices, meeting rooms, and event spaces. The office walls are made out of plywood, and so they can be pulled down and put back up. So as a company grows, so can their office space.
Sanctuary Co-working kind of acts as a space for professionals to interact in, an event space as well as meeting rooms, so it's kind of like a hub for the community.
You're a startup business, you don't have the budget essentially to have receptionists, or to have the nice meeting room space. So we wanted to provide that. It's like every single amenity you could need as a business that just probably isn't feasible in your first few years.
Any reference to religion was removed and new stained glass was put in. A lot of the original details were also kept and some were uncovered.
we expose the lath. So all the walls are pretty much lath and plaster, but people might not be familiar with it. So we expose just the lath, we sanded it down, we clear coated it. So it's not just exposed limestone, you get to see kind of all the different levels.
Ben and his team hope the church becomes more than just a cooperative workplace, but also a meeting point for professionals in Kingston.
We want the community to know each other. It's really about community. Like that's the top priority for this place.
And community has been the foundation of Hamilton's Church of the Ascension. Constructed in 1851, this church has been the cornerstone in the downtown core. In its heyday, it would see more than 500 parishioners every Sunday. Now, there are only about 50 or 60. But instead of selling the property entirely, the congregation looked at other options.
Early 2010s, 2011, 2012 conversation began about beginning to look at opportunities to downsize the church's operations on the property, to eventually free up land, to look at either land sale or through forming a lease arrangement, trying to create a revenue opportunity for the church.
Architect Drew Sinclair and his team at SVN Architects and Planners put the congregation's plan into action. The mid-19th century complex has 3 buildings on the property: the church hall, sanctuary, and chapel.
Historically, the church events, the social calendar, was outside of this room. It took place in the church hall, it took place occasionally in the chapel.
But the largest room on the property was sitting empty most of the time.
It was serving one function on this church site. It was serving the function of worship.
Sinclair and his team looked at centralizing all the events into the main sanctuary. This meant that the pews on the main floor had to go and were replaced with chairs.
The decision to move the pews out and make the sanctuary a multifunction space with chairs that can be put away and taken back out, reconfigured for dining events or for community events, was a really major decision.
And with major upgrades to the kitchen, the space can host outreach programs, meetings, concerts, weddings, and of course worship services. And being a heritage site, it was important any modern touches fit with the original features of the space. Sleek oak cabinets along the back and side of the main sanctuary provide much-needed storage for events and groups, but when closed, they fade into the background.
So really, the sense here was it would always be a church. So I think the response internally within the church community has been very, very positive.
Although many of Ontario's churches aren't able to keep their original purpose, organizations are finding creative ways to keep the buildings and their history alive.
The Agenda with Steve Bacon is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario, helping businesses stay on the right side of change with strategic thinking, insightful decisions, and business leadership. Are you on the right side of change? Ask an Ontario CPA.